Hi, just a quick update. Liquidity into the close, where the trade was and wasn't. I missed some of the open interest yesterday after looking at the weekly roll. I missed the SPY specifically. We can see we had a good buy going into the close on Monday. I saw the sell coming through. I really missed that this selling was an effect to do with the dealers' IV changes into that afternoon. Today we saw backfilling all day because of the positioning, so we saw selling carry out most of the day. We really didn't see buying taking over in the SPY until later in the day. If we have a look at what the ES did during the day, it was more interesting. I traded the ES in the morning, Australian time, the start of the Asia global futures market. I traded this bump up here, and then I got out as I saw it trading sideways. It wasn't until about 7 a.m. here, New York time, we saw the buying again, and the buying really continued with a couple of little bumps. The buying with a couple of little bumps, we did was up and down, and then we saw this buying into the close. So I'm expecting a strong day tomorrow. Let's see what the SPXL says. We'll just have a quick look. The XPXL also bought into the close. Look, it's got this sort of, there's definitely some tightening there. Again, the SPXL showed this selling into Monday's close. We did see these strong positioning earlier in the week. So I think that the majority of the 401k account holders had bought their positions here and were re-hedging after a poor Monday. We often see these little bumps that go back and forth. We're either going to see a straight up and no mean reversion for probably the next 3 or 4 days. If it keeps going up, it's going to be a sell because it'll be just overstretched, this short squeeze. If we saw a mean reversion straight away, it would be building a proper base. That's my read on it. The only other place I just wanted to check with you so you could see the strength of some of these. We looked at this is the back of SPY. SPY had some 370,000 in the money puts close on Monday, and again opened about 20,000 in the money calls. If we look at the Qs again, Qs I commented on in my update on Monday. We had in the order of 250,000, 260,000 in the money puts close, and we had almost 35,000 at the money in the money calls open. So that was a real strengthening on Monday. We have a look at, we had a similar position. Maybe it's not as prominent in COIN, but COIN is my go-to Bitcoin. These guys seem to know what's happening. They get the inside from where the trade is, and here we can see we've got 35,000 in the money to at the money puts close, and 10,000 at the money calls open, and a lot of these out of the money's closing, which is suggesting that that's what was going to happen today. If we look at COIN itself as an indicator on Bitcoin, if I just put in a line to show you where Friday's close was, here's the close, and this is what I commented on yesterday. We've gone from going sideways to a big buy. Now we've definitely had another buy today, and we don't need anywhere near the drive that we picked up today to keep. We've seen the buy going. We do still have some leftover selling into that bottom. That's interesting. That shows that there's a bit of short squeeze, and some dealers are on the wrong side of it. I would expect to see this going straight up for a few days, and then we will start to see a pullback from it. Gold, just quickly, gold had this incredible backfilling yesterday, which just took off again today. Even though the backfilling slowed down a little bit, there was a very large swing that probably wasn't. I did leave it at a green. I didn't say that was going to do anything else, but I am surprised it was as large a swing. I will get into the OI data and post my stock watch for the day. Thanks for listening to the little update. So I expect that we'll get a straight up for a few days, and if we continue to get that straight up by sometime this middle of next week, I'd say that we will see a hard pullback. But at the moment, it looks like this might stick for a little while. Have a good evening, and we'll see you for tomorrow's trading, and check out the Stockwatch.